Hello, everyone. I'm Hannah Evil, Director of Marketing for Datafy, and I have the easy task today and pleasure of introducing our Senior Director of Strategy and Insights, Carrie Hoffman. Carrie, if you know her or don't, she's an incredible asset to Datafy and to any destination, city, or business that she works with, as she has an amazing talent for digging into the data, spotting trends, and taking those insights that she has and actually doing something with them, like creating killer advertising campaign strategies that are tied to all of your goals. So today she's going to walk through what she's been working on to help you prepare for those holiday, winter, or festive experiences push that many of us are gearing up for. A few housekeeping notes, as always. If you have any questions throughout, please put them in the Q&A. We also have the chat open, and the session is being recorded. So we will send out the recording early next week. So you're able to go back through and look and see what amazing insights Carrie provided. So with that, I'm going to pass it on to you, Carrie.
Thank you, Hannah. That was very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you guys all for taking the time to join us today. I personally, so I'm in upstate New York and it's September, so I mean, it could be snowing right now, but it's not, and it's actually like super sunny and really nice outside. So it's kind of hard to like believe that we're like talking about Q4 right now. Um, Especially with like it's not even Halloween yet. I was at the grocery store, there's already like Christmas stuff popping around in the aisles, so it's kind of crazy. But this is why we're here today. And you know, travelers right now are making decisions, and those destinations and downtowns and businesses who are getting in front of those travelers right now are the ones that are going to rock and roll and win in Q4. So today I'm going to kind of go through some trends that matter. We're going to talk about a couple key holiday opportunities, and then we're going to talk a little bit further Q1 and beyond the holidays as well. So let's kind of start with the big picture here. Research shows that holiday getaways are still holding steady going into the next few months. But travelers are shifting to kind of these shorter regional trips and really focusing a little bit more on this budget-friendly way to keep exploring. So along with that, we're expecting to see that travelers are going to be taking more quick getaways and kind of less of those big trips this season. So keep that in mind as we talk through our programs today. We also know traditional holiday happenings like festive markets, parades, and seasonal events are powerful drivers in drawing both visitors and residents alike into your downtowns. And that's where your dining and your shopping experiences are. And that generates, a ripple effect throughout your businesses and fuels your local economy. And finally, kind of the last piece of this is really those seasonal attractions and experiences. Think, festive zoos and theme parks, pop-up skating rinks, holiday light shows, things that create these kind of can't miss moments that really anchor a trip. They don't just attract visitors who are booking holiday, they don't just attract visitors who are booking holiday getaways. They extend stays from those who are visiting friends and family. They drive incremental spending across your dining and your shopping, along with your lodging, and they can provide destinations with a way to demonstrate measurable return on investment um, from those visitors. So how really do these trends kind of translate into opportunity for you and through Datafy? So first, we're going to connect with visitors who are planning those holiday getaways. They're planning those getaways right now. Second, we want to make sure that we are drawing locals and visitors alike to seasonal events, markets, and downtown happenings. And then third, we want to shine a spotlight on your attractions. and really make them the holiday must-do for every traveler. So that's kind of the foundation of these three programs that we'll walk through today. And just kind of the other thing to know with Datafy is, we really started in the travel and tourism space, really supporting a lot of DMOs across the whole country. And we've moved also into kind of retail and attraction space, and also working with a lot of civic organizations in downtown. So the purpose of today is really trying to make sure that we're bringing light, something that speaks and works to each one of you. So let's start with holiday travel. So whether travelers are kind of planning to chase snow and be in that winter wonderland, or they're trying to get away from the snow and go towards sunshine, that's me, you guys. Or there are those that are booking an early, looking to book an early December trip, um, kind of in between that Thanksgiving and Christmas time frame to get in the holiday spirit, or maybe, do like a weekend away where you're shopping and kind of, getting excited about the holidays. We want to make sure that throughout all those things that you have the opportunity for your destination to be front and center and be considered by those travelers. So, as I said, they're really researching holiday getaways right now. So we really think like if you launch these campaigns now, I say now, but if we talk about it right now, we're launching mid September. So really looking to launch those campaigns kind of that mid to late September throughout the season, and make sure your destination is top of mind before competitors capture those bookings. So we really suggest positioning your destination as the go-to holiday escape, and differentiating early with book now messaging, to make sure that you're capturing that share of wallet. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, travelers are shifting to shorter regional trips, as a budget-friendly way to keep exploring. So give them a reason to put your destination on the map, over the next few months. And if you wait, those trips are going to happen. They're just going to be booked somewhere else. So as many of you know, with Datafy, we don't rely on guesswork, right? That's kind of terrible. We also don't rely on online searches when we decide who we're targeting and how we build our audiences. We build our audiences from real world visitation patterns. We kind of call them, our custom IRL, our custom in real life audiences. So this means we can reach proven past holiday travelers, whether that is for your destination, reaching seasonal skiers, reaching beachgoers that travel in the winter, winter activity-based visitors, or those kind of drive market travelers who've taken overnight trips during past holiday seasons. Um, and kind of to package it all up with a pretty little bow. It's my little like present to you guys. What's great about these in real life audiences when we're activating these and advertising to the audiences is we can link that exposure back to, actual visitation and credit card spend in your destination. So we'll be able to see exactly how many of those travelers showed up and what the impact was during the holidays. This really is a key benefit whenever you run advertising through Datafy, not just this program, any of your advertising you run through us. It's that, those custom in real life audiences, being able to track who of your ad targeted audiences showed up, what they did, and how much they spent in destination. And this really helps with providing defensible campaign ROI. So that's the travel side of the season. But holidays obviously aren't just about where people go. They're also about what they do when they get someplace. So that's kind of our holiday happenings is the next piece here. So, holiday traditions and events are the heartbeat of many downtowns during the winter. And so whether that's kind of, like the tree lighting, holiday markets, parades, these moments are really what bring people together. And as great as it is to see everyone coming together, more importantly for you all is that it brings people into your shops, your restaurants, in your downtown areas. So the opportunity here is to use kind of these holiday traditions and events that happen within your destination and within your downtowns as magnets to draw not only visitors, but also your residents, right? We want to bring everyone we possibly can down into your downtown area and ultimately drive them into your restaurants and storefronts. These these types of events are really important to many of our downtowns. They're not just kind of these nice to have programming pieces, they're really important. They're one of the strongest tools a lot of our civic leaders and our DMOs have to use to drive that foot traffic into your downtowns and generate those real dollars for your local businesses and partners. And then, looking at timing on this, it's important to make sure that we're launching these campaigns um, kind of before people's calendars fill up. So, depending on when your destination's events are happening, will kind of determine when we want to start running those campaigns. But in general, kind of that late October, early November is a good place to start, unless most of your events are, front loaded into November. We might want to start a little bit earlier. Um, and then, kind of along with that, also layering in some real time targeting once visitors are in the market within your destination, in your downtowns to remind people of events when they're already nearby. So, custom in real life audiences for these holiday happenings. We want to really make sure that we're not broadly targeting event lovers. We want to really focus on people who have actually attended holiday events before, and that can be either in your community or somewhere similar to your community or a neighboring community or destination. So that means we're looking at past attendees of your parades and markets, folks who've already visited your downtown shopping districts during a previous holiday season, or another big event that was going on, or even just targeting those who have kind of gone to similar events at other destinations. And then we also want to make sure that we're not forgetting our locals and we're including them in a lot of this targeting as well, depending on the objective of your campaign. If you are a DMO trying to draw people in, your locals might not really be part of your audience. But if you are more coming from the civic side, from the downtown side, trying to draw as much traffic into the downtown, your locals are likely going to be part of that audience as well. So we really want to make sure that we're being uh, that we're grabbing those audiences that make the most sense to you. So that's kind of the holiday happenings piece. We've talked a little bit about people where they're going. We've talked about drawing people into the downtown. And kind of the last little piece is your attractions and experiences that a lot of destinations have, and how we leverage that to kind of make the holidays unforgettable. So, these holiday experiences and attractions are what often turn a holiday outing into a full getaway. We want to think about the light shows, the pop-up ice rinks, the zoos decked out in holiday lights, the theme parks with seasonal programming, those kind of can't miss moments that both your locals are looking forward to, that your visitors are planning trips around. And then we also want to think about those who are visiting friends and family and giving them reasons to kind of extend their stay and get out into the community. So the opportunity here is to really spotlight those seasonal anchors, right? Those attractions and experiences, make sure they're top of mind while people are planning. Um, Attractions can drive advanced ticket sales, create urgency with messages like, there's only 3 weekends left to see the lights, getting people to act now, buy their tickets, and make a plan to come into the destination. And on the destination side, also, you can use these attractions and experiences to create holiday packages with lodging and dining and encourage those longer stays. So, it's important to remember that these attractions, they're not just generating ticket revenue. They really are an anchor to extend visits, engage locals with, what's going on in the downtown and at these different attractions, and then also fuel that spending across all of your different businesses, and really uh, benefit the kind of entire destination economy. So from a targeting perspective with these guys, we want to reach past attraction visitors. We can look at competitor park visitors. We can look at travelers who've been in your market before, but they skipped the attraction, and maybe there's, some crossover there. That we want to hit those people with. And kind of, I think one of the most powerful segments we see in this category is reaching those people who have been seen at an event and an attraction. So, kind of this event to attraction crossover. People um, who are seen at both of those within the same season. I think those are kind of your highest past engagement visitors that we can include into this audience. So, these holiday experiences really do give people a reason to plan a trip or extend a trip or explore within their community and spend dollars within their community, which is great. So these are kind of these three are that we just kind of talked about are three holiday related ways to approach Q4, but also like once the holiday season ends, um, we want to continue to figure out like how do we keep these guys coming back, right? How do we keep the momentum going beyond the holidays? So we've pulled together a few behind the holidays opportunities to keep visitation strong leading into Q1. We want to get ahead of that now because we know everyone kind of gets into this like November and December is a little bit of a vortex, right? Everyone's busy with whatever's going on in their community. We're exhausted from everything we've put into getting people there. During the holidays. And so we want to make sure that we're jumping ahead and being proactive for Q1 and beyond. So we've got three here that I've outlined. We have a handful more that we'll include in our follow-up. Um, but one being this sports and fan travel. So football season kicks off tonight. Um, Go Eagles. People are also starting to plan annual ski trips. This is the time that they're starting to think about that as the season is, starting to get a little bit cooler. So if you are a destination where winter sports and skiing and snowboarding is important, like now's the time to kind of get out and get on the list for people to think about taking their trip to your destination. And then there's also like others are mapping out their FIFA World Cup trips now. Um, that's a big one. So these are dedicated high spend visitors. And if your destination kind of meets any of these elements, you have an opportunity to reach them and start talking to them now. Um, Keeping the downtowns vibrant. So there's also this chance to kind of keep our downtowns thriving after the holiday high of November and December. So promoting your downtowns going into January and February is important during those kind of traditionally slower months. We want to kind of keep that momentum going as best as we can with whatever is going on in your downtown and however we can draw people into that space. And honestly, it's never too early to get people excited about spring break and make sure that your destination is visible during this planning time. Personally, I had just came back from seeing the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere out in Vegas and had such a great time and fell in love with the Sphere, not the Spear. Um, I'm actually now planning our spring break with my kids. We're going back to Vegas, and we're going to see the Wizard of Oz. So I personally am in that space right now, trying to figure out, where are we going to go next March and April. And then something that's not listed on here, but is super important, and it's beyond kind of this Q1, is there's a lot of big things happening next year in 2026. We've got FIFA World Cup happening all over the country. Route 66 is celebrating its 100th birthday. So if you are on that Route 66 or adjacent to Route 66 route, like that's something that you should be talking about if you're not already. And then it's also the 250th celebration around the country. So there's lots of events happening all over the country. If your destination is one of those places that is pulling something big together, um, now's the time to start talking about that. So, those three are big, key, critical events happening next year that we don't typically see. So if you haven't started promoting those, now's the time. Let's get on a call and start talking about it. So we've gone through a bunch of different opportunities. How do we get started? If you have a CX rep, if you work with us currently, you can definitely contact your CX rep. You can also contact me directly or Christine on our new business development side, and we'll walk through all of your goals, timing, budget, all those things to kind of get things started. Um, so, yeah, we hope to hear from you all real soon. So, I did it 20 minutes, Hannah.
You did
Said
it.
my goal was 20 to 25 minutes.
You
So,
did it.
yay.
It was awesome. We so far don't really have any questions, but if you do, please put them in the chat. I think one thing that came to my mind, Carrie, when you were talking about that like November, December vortex, is that people often forget about President's Weekend, Martin Luther King weekend, Valentine's, and it all. You get back on January 2nd, 3rd, 4th, whatever days,
Hmm.
kind of like, oh, shoot. So kind
Oh,
of thinking about those in that November time, get through some of this holiday stuff, organize October, November, and then don't forget about being able, especially with the information of like these shorter stays, going more often, but going shorter, those 3-day weekends are perfect examples there. And then I think just in terms of another note being from if you're a city out there, looking at to your improvement districts to do co-op partnerships with them, and how can you support those festivals and things going on in each of the pockets around your city. I think there's a lot of great opportunity there if you're not doing that already.
yeah. Historically, I've been with Datafy now 4.5 years, and come January, everyone's kind of like on this like holiday hangover getting into January, and it's a slow move for everyone to get going, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, President's Weekend is here, or oh my gosh, we've got this thing going on or this thing, and by that point we're getting to a place where we're really crunching some of those timelines. So we definitely want to try to get out ahead of those and start planning and preparing for those now. So it's never too early to get in touch with us and chat about those.
Great.
I don't see any questions. Are there any questions from anyone? Any new people that are on our webinar?
You covered it all. You did such a good job. All right. Well, if you do have any questions, you have Carrie's information right there. Please definitely reach out to her or connect with your CX rep and we'll help you get going. All right. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.